Hello. For those in the know, I have now worked out where I got my Viagra pen from. But I'm not going to tell you whose office it was because they would be highly embarrassed. And they were only supporting a charity. Okay? That's their defence. As an author, you get asked lots of questions, and a big question that keeps coming up is, who are your readers? And I always say something dull like, well, I write for myself. I don't know who my readers are. I just write what I enjoy. And one person came back with, well, supposing not everybody's as weird as you. Well, you're quite right. I mean, maybe others don't, you know, like the same things I do. So it's important, apparently, as an author, to find out who your readers are and your research. And part of the research is looking at the reviews of your books already out there, and positive reviews. You know, 1 or 2% always, there is always the odd negative ninny. I once had a guy on my first book that was out, it was a bit of a steamy one called The Penance List, and it was my first book, so I was reading all the reviews avidly, and there was one bad one came up, and it was for a bloke, and he said, this is terrible. Nobody ever says, come here, big boy. And I thought, should I reply, say, I'm so sorry, honey, that no one's ever said that to you? No. That was years ago now, and I'm sure he's, you know, he's happy. But you'll always have the moaning Minnie. Not everyone will get you. So, in the effort to sort out who I write for, I looked at all the reviews, and I learned a lot, actually. So, as an author, work out who you write for, because it means that the things that they like, if you're writing for yourself, for what you like, you can do more of that, because they've verified that it's good, or they like it. So you can do more of what you like doing, and not have those doubts that creep in. I didn't want to write books for an Amazon algorithm, because lots of people buy this style of books, because that's like whoring. You know, who wants to be a whore on your passion? So I wanted to write what I write. So I found out that they are comparing it to lots of things I've never heard of. Mind you, I don't watch or read too much because I'm frightened of stealing other people's ideas, so I just keep low-key and quiet, and I don't watch I do watch a lot of crime series, but not a lot of outside that genre. I watch lots of documentaries and things because I'm in the crime business, so I find it fascinating. But apparently I am similar to Fringe, Warehouse 13, Reaper, Torchwood, Heroes, Breakout Kings, Shadowhunters, Women of the Otherworld, and apparently fans of urban fantasy will get this. Now, I don't know Fringe, Warehouse 13, Reaper, Torchwood, Heroes, Breakout Kings, Shadowhunters, I think I've heard of that, Women of the Otherworld. I haven't heard of these. I don't know who these things are, but apparently I'm like them. So that means I might read up, I might view all of this stuff now and just think, right, I've got some other people who are as weird as me out there. And then they like the books because they're fast-paced. Great, I'm a bit speedy, and I sometimes wonder if people are able to, very short, sweet, get there to the point, like Em and Aries, you know, we are a bit fast. And I sometimes wondered, was I not spelling something out enough for them to get? But yeah, they're getting it. Fast-paced, witty comments. You sometimes wonder, would my humour suit anybody else? I'm a bit of a laid-back Brit type humour. I lived in Texas and for a while, so I've got a touch of the old American humour, which I love. So I'm not sure, because I've got 50-50 fans in male and female, 50-50 in the States, Canada and UK areas. So those are my fan bases. So I wasn't sure whether my humour was kicking in. Apparently they like the witty comments and the think out loud style, which I have. Well, I'll keep that up because that is me. That's the way I talk, think. It's like I'm chatting with a friend. So sometimes, you know, when you're chatting with friends, you talk about 10 topics at once, and can they keep up? And apparently I've got a dialogue-driven style that moves the reader through the story very quickly. Yeah, I do a lot of dialogue because the reader's reading something and they visualise it in their head, so I don't need to be two pages and pages wasted on explaining what the room looks like, things. I'm straight in for the dialogue and how the banter goes, and you can tell from the sort of descriptive bits of how they say something, whether they're saying angrily or happily, you can tell the genre energy of the room. So I think the dialogue is my thing. I love words and dialogue, and the way you say something is can be interpreted many ways. Anyway, I like dialogue. So apparently they like the fast dialogue. They like the fact that I talk about criminals, family drama, steamy romance, heaven meets hell, and misfits fighting crime. These are things I love, so I can carry on doing what I love. And actually, because I've done this little exercise, I can do it more because I don't need to hold back because they get it. Apparently, urban fantasy people get it. I don't know what urban fantasy is, and thank God for post-it notes. I don't know what it is, but I'm so going to look into it a bit more now because it would be right up my Strasse, and I've accidentally discovered that I am part of a gang of crazy people who like a mixture of everything. Criminals, good people, bad people, heaven, hell, sex, murder, laughter. They like it. So it's been a good little exercise. So thank you for asking me, whoever you were, that last interview. So who do you write for? Who are your readers? Well, ma'am, I can tell you.